Hi, I'm Louisa Sijabat, a liquidator and bankruptcy trustee. Today's question is, help, I've received a statutory demand. Do I see a solicitor or do I come and see a liquidator? So the answer is, it depends. So a statutory demand is a very formal form of demand for payment, and it does carry consequences if it's not paid within the time on the statutory demand, which is usually 21 days. So the options as to what to do next depend on what your situation is. If you agree with the amount and you can pay it, then obviously pay it. Sometimes invoices do get so overlooked that it gets to the statutory demand stage. However, if you dispute it, go and see a solicitor. That's the type of professional you need to see, a solicitor. If you dispute it and potentially can't pay it, you might need to see both a solicitor and a liquidator to work out what your options are if ultimately you can't pay this debt in a company structure, that is. If you agree with the amount but can't pay it, you definitely need to see a liquidator, and potentially you might need to see a solicitor as well. Now, if you can't pay a debt, this all sounds very expensive. Let me tell you that most liquidators will do their first meeting at no charge. Now, just double check with the liquidator. We definitely do that, but just double check in case people have different arrangements when they see people professionally. A number of solicitors, and a number of solicitors we know, for example, will also see people or speak to people for some reasonable amount of time free of charge at the beginning to see if they're a suitable fit. Now, I'm not a solicitor, so I can't speak on behalf of any of their practices, but it is worth asking. So sometimes you can at least get a sense of direction or be pointed towards where you ought to be going without incurring costs. Now, I say that in good faith. Obviously, there's always some portion of the population who may try and, always get something for nothing. But to those genuinely trying to sort out what to do with their statutory demand, come talk to people. It may be either a solicitor and or a liquidator, depending on the situation. And at least in most cases, it usually doesn't find you anything. It doesn't cost you anything to find out roughly in what direction you might need to head.